So my Fine Divine Collective, you have beat the system. You have broken the cycle. You have cracked the code. And now you, my beloved Fine Divine Chosen, have cut the cord. It's time. You know that big, that huge energy shift that's so unavoidable? You did and that. My name is Dominica Divinely, God's favorite light worker, the golden healer, the messenger, and your down-to-earth high priestess. Find Divine Collective. The energy that is giving is so crowned. The heavens, the higher ups, are so proud of you. A lot of you are so powerful that you literally spiritually rank over some of those in your spirit team. Your ancestors, your spirit guides. You have really come a long way with your consciousness, your integrity and your morals, how raw and how real you keep it with yourself, yet alone the outside. Regardless of what people know, you know, and you stand on the truth behind closed doors. And some of you are literally so special and so connected and so divine that you have surpassed and ranked over in spiritual realms and portals levels more than those who actually guide you, those who have actually crossed over, those who actually raised you, those who have actually watched you grow up, those who are literally decades older than you. And do know that your spirit team is proud of you as well, okay? And by saying that, I want some of you guys to know that even though you guys understand the spirit team and spirit guides and guardian angels and all that, your ancestors and all that could be your spirit guides. But do know that a lot of you might have these spirits around you that might be your spirit guides, but might not be the best spiritual example for you. So some of you might need to pray that your spirit guides that have the proper spirit and know what they are doing and are not contaminated with the wrong attitude, the wrong spirit that they had carried on, before they crossed over, and as they are still carrying it on the other side as they are guiding you. It happens. It is a thing. Okay, so make sure that you guys know that you are being guided and that you are carrying the right spirits. It's the same thing as turning over the negative into a positive. It's exactly the same thing. We carry spirits. We need positive spirits, not negative spirits. But that is literally another message that just came out of nowhere that I did not intend on speaking on today, okay? So that's for somebody. Somebody needed to know that. A lot of people need to know that for real. Okay, so now that that is out of the way and said, back to the original message, because I'm really excited about this message, my Fine Divine Collective, because a lot of you do not realize how advanced and how much you have really grown and surpassed a bunch, okay? When I say a bunch, like I just explained, a bunch, including the fact that a lot of you have overcome and cut the cord on what really is and seem like the biggest problem, the biggest lesson, the biggest spirit that you have probably carried all of your life, most of your life, that has always caused the problem and gotten in the way for you. You've done all of this purging, all of this cleansing, all of this growing and healing and elevation, that you now know that most of our unhealthy and unhealed attachments and problems come from a place of trauma. And it usually takes a whole lot of change and healing to get rid of all of that trauma, whatever that trauma may be, wherever it may stem from, and how deep it may go, okay? So there's like so much healing in so many areas where you have been traumatized, so many ways and so many branched off directions that trauma have taken its course in, that you had to take the time to heal from. It is not easy to do. A lot of people think that just because they feel like something has changed, that they are automatically healed. Healing goes deeper than what people really know. You have literally taken the time to get rid of all of those things that has saturated in your spirit to keep you down and under in a place of darkness and unhealed trauma. Because you know that unhealed trauma and all those childhood wounds and mental wounds and emotional wounds and everything that has kept you, the baggage from all of those things that have really brought those things upon you, have only caused blockages. They were detrimental to your spirit, your forward movement, your growth, and your happiness. It has just been an unhealthy cycle of picking and choosing. And most of the time, you usually picked the trauma that came with the trigger. You've put up and put out there all kinds of negative energy, all kinds of uncontrollable energy, unstable, imbalanced energy that only brought more trauma when you got the bad results that came with the negative energy that you was putting out there. And it had literally been a very long repetitive cycle Really. I mean, most of your life, this problem has probably controlled you, your actions, your results, your outcomes, and it has probably kept you in many pits. And it seems like all of your life, maybe each year or every other year, that you have to make a different introduction for yourself. Whether it had been the negative half of your life when you were just absorbing and growing and leveling up in your negativity, and it was just getting worse and bad until you transitioned into healing, and then you started introducing yourself in different levels and different ways when you turned over a new leaf. Regardless, you were reintroducing yourself with each level. And with that last half, after you had transformed into your healing energy, when you started elevating and introducing yourself in that type of energy, you have brought yourself into this complete new energy where you are just really completely unrecognizable and untouchable, okay? I mean, my fine divine, you have released everything. You've released it all. I mean, literally starting all over. You've released all of that bad energy inside of you, all of that dead weight inside and around you, controlling you, any victimizing mindsets. Old ways gone, old heart gone, old mind gone, old feels gone, old walk gone, old talk gone. You started to go within and release all of the wrong people, places, and things. And when you did that, that rocketed you into a place of elevation, which drove you off into a process into healing and parked you at the gates. And now it's time for you to get out and walk into this brand new life with this brand new walk as this brand new you. You knew becoming brand new was the only way to get there, to the other side, to your happiness, to better, to different, to change. And you did it. You literally cut cords with the biggest low vibing, unhealed, trauma-based attachments. And that is so hard to do. Because my fine divine, some of you may think that when I say the biggest attachments that I mean those people, places, ways, and things that you had gotten rid of. But no, my fine divine collective, I mean the biggest attachments that was within inside of you that brought out those wrong ways about you. Those demons, those entities that was attached to you that have been controlling you all this time. Because that's exactly what they were. Those entities, those spirits that have passed over and like to find shelter, to stay alive, to feed off of your energy, off of other people's energy, to keep them relevant and alive. That is a thing. There are spirits, there are entities, there are demons that latch onto people when people are vibing in their low energy. When you are vibing low, those entities will really jump inside of you and take control of your body. And that is why most people are feeling cursed and are having lack of forward movement, because they have these spirits, these demons, these entities taking control of their body. And they are in these low vibrational energies. These entities are really controlling you instead of you actually controlling yourself. And most people, a whole lot of people, do not realize that they have a low vibrational entity staying inside of them that have attached to them when they were at their lowest point in time at some point in time. And that is why they act in certain ways and can't control it. So, but that's just another story for another time. But my point being made here is that my fine divine collective, you took your common sense and knew that by you cutting the cord with these entities, with these demons, with these energies inside of you, and it was not easy at all. It took a whole lot of willpower, it took a whole lot of battling, it took a whole lot of praying, it took a whole lot of strength, and it took a whole lot of knowing how to actually get rid of these entities within inside of you on your own. Some of you could have went to practitioners and, gotten help, but my fine divine collective, you literally had to take the time and go through the processes, and it took a whole lot of time and a whole lot of energy and a whole lot of battling and a whole lot of suffering and crying and heartache and all kinds of stuff that you had to go through to lift these energies up out of you the way that you have. And my fine divine collective, I understand why your spirit team and ancestors are so proud of you and how you could have surpassed a lot of people who are older than you and who have already crossed over and are guiding in the spirit. Because you're literally out here slaying demons and cutting cords and reclaiming your life back. And when I say that is not easy to do, and that is so hard to do, that is probably one of the hardest things that anybody could ever do. Literally, many people cannot do it the way that you know how to do it and can do it. So you've shaken up some things and you've changed the course. You've broken the curse. You've set some things free. And you've made the way. You've paved the way. You've allowed yourself to do and be what is really almost impossible because of the heights that you've taken yourself. You've completely internally cleared up and allowed yourself to really completely start all over, a whole new, brand new you. And those things that have no choice but to actually go with you, like for some of you, possibly your children and your pets, they are brand new too. And right now, my Find Divine Collective, after all that you have been through, suffered through, endured, that you have picked up and carried and have taken with you, that have been thrown at you, all those things of the past and all of those things that you had to put down and let go of, you now have no baggage, but you have experience, okay? And you've made it to the other side the right way. And this is just for confirmational purposes only, because y'all be knowing.